This is Max Headroom. And what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever produced in the history of television. And there's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Welcome to Facts or Frauds.
So,
sit back
relax.
and enjoy.
Go ahead, Nelson. Court does call the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Thomas Styron. Second.
Good afternoon, President Phillips, on behalf of the people.
State your name.
Thomas Styron II.
All right, thank you. Mr. Styron, this is date and time set for a preliminary examination. Like with the other proceedings, I do have to advise you, you are before the court on a 3-count complaint, but 2 of them, which are the subject matter today, that being the, get this and make sure I have it right here. Complaint line. Count 1 is the charge of fleeing and eluding in the 3rd degree. That is a felony punishable by up to 5 years incarceration, a $1,000 fine plus court costs. Count 2 is the charge of assaulting, resisting, or obstructing a police officer. That's also a felony punishable by up to 2 years and a $2,000 fine plus court costs. Count 3 is the charge of driving while license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days, $500 fine plus court costs. You have elected to represent yourself in this matter, sir. As I've apprised you before, you will be held by the same standards that an attorney would be held to in conducting the preliminary examination. You also understand that today is the time and date set for the preliminary examination in this matter. If you choose to no longer represent yourself, the court would have counsel appointed to represent you. Do you understand everything that I said?
Yeah.
All right. And I also would indicate that there is some peril in representing yourself in any matter. All right. Go
I'd like
ahead.
to change. I've only had one opportunity to view this evidence, and we haven't been able to proceed based on that for, I think this is the 3rd time we've been in court over this. I'd like to
Say that to me again. You haven't had the opportunity.
one. Okay, between the short staff and the instance at the jail, I've only been able to go down there and review it once. I asked about getting us to your office to relay this to you since last week.
So
The defender's office since maybe 10 days now. They told me I had to come to court and ask before they could do that.
right, because you had said okay. All right. So the last time we were here, Mr. Styron, you needed to review
Correct.
the discovery, and I adjourned it to make sure that that happened. You haven't been able to look at it, or you haven't. Let me put it this way: what I'm hearing from you, and you tell me if I'm wrong. What I'm hearing from you is you've seen it, but you haven't had enough time to go through it. You went through it once, or what?
75% of it. I think I'm on video 11 or 12 out of 16 or 17.
Okay.
Mind you, this is after spending 2.5 hours.
What?
I spent 2.5 hours the last time I was there reviewing it, and that's as far as I got.
And that's okay. Okay. So there was some time. It's just
Yeah.
didn't. Okay.
Yes.
So you now want to be represented by an attorney.
Please, I'm trying to, please.
All right. Do we have? I'm sure there are public defenders in the building. Why don't I do this? Why don't we take him back? I'll run over myself, see if we can get somebody to get over here. Okay. And just so that I'm clear, you had the public defender before, right? It wasn't somebody else
I believe at the very beginning.
at the arraignment. But they didn't disqualify him.
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think they did.
Mr. Ovatello was the-
That's right. Okay, let me check and see what we can do. All right, court is standing brief recess. Right, court recalls the case of the people versus Thomas Styron.
qualifications we have in people.
Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Defender.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right. Mr. Styrud, you wanted the court to arrange for you to have the PD represent you. Is that correct?
Please, yes.
All right. So we contacted Ms. Gaines. She was gracious enough to come over. And I understand you've talked. So what I'm going to do is I was going to adjourn the preliminary examination without objection. My next date, and I'm off, I can't get it any sooner. It was going to be the 27th, which may work out because Mr. Styrud indicates to me there's a whole bunch of videos that you guys may have to go through. So, but he said he say about 75%. So he got through. So I will adjourn the preliminary examination, in this case, to August 27th, 2024, 9 a.m. That's before me. And I will indicate that the PD is on the case. So can we try to make sure so that the notices will get to the PD? I mean, they got to put them in as attorney of record because Mr. Styrud had me get rid of him. Well, I don't know what he was doing. Anyway. Okay. Fine, we'll continue. All right. Thank you, Mr. Styrud. And I think I'll just tell you this. It's a wise move on your part.
Like I think so.
Yeah, it's a lot harder without it, isn't it? Yeah.
All right.
All right, the court will call the matters of Mr. Thomas Styrud. That's interesting. Ticket number 24W001025. There is also a show cause on, which is a state matter, 19S00472.
Paul Burnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davy Lebo on behalf of Mr. Styrud. Your Honor, could we approach briefly?
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we're back on the record on the Thomas Styrud matters. Mr. Styrud, it's my understanding, sir, that you want to plead guilty as charged to failure to display the license in this case. That is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of, is it a 90-day 100, Mr. Burnett?
1 moment. I'm sorry, is this DWLS he's pleading to?
No. Okay.
Or is it invalid?
Oh,
No, absent person is 90 days, $100.
90 days and or $100 fine plus court costs, sir. But your attorney is asking whether I have credit for time served. I understand why they have the noise is so loud there at the jail.
I'm unable to hear the court over it, Your Honor.
Okay. But he can't hear me. That's the problem. Can you hear me? He can't hear me. Can you get corrections for me? Can you get the officer for me, please?
Hello?
Anything about the noise, he can't even hear me, and the people in the courtroom.
She's asking if you can do anything about the noise. I can't hear her because it's so noisy from the other two rooms.
Oh, yeah. I can try. We have multiple courts going.
I think what I'm hearing is a full interview.
What's that?
Interview of a defendant.
Okay, well, one second. Let me turn that up.
Yeah, she said turn the interview with the public defender's office down. That way we can hear court.
You should be able to hear her.
I hope so. Yeah, I think the problem was her being able to hear everything going on next door, though.
All right, can you hear me now, Mr. Steinron?
Yes, I hope that's not too loud, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's better, but it's still pretty bad. So, Mr. Styron, my understanding is that you're gonna plead guilty to failure to display a license, which is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of 90 days and/or $100 fine plus court costs.
I am, Your Honor.
And I did a cops agreement with your attorney whereby you would get credit for time served.
Bless you, yes.
All right. Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. I'm going to go over some rights that you have that you're going to be giving up by entering into this plea. Please stop me if you have any questions or if you feel like you need to speak with your attorney again, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to have a trial by a jury in this case, at which time you could call witnesses to speak for you. You can get an order signed by this court to require that those witnesses come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called against you, and you have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you chose to remain silent, the prosecutor cannot comment on that. In addition to that, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights?
I do, Your Honor.
You understand you're going to be giving up each and every one of those rights, and you're not going to be having a trial of any sort?
Yes, I do.
And do you also understand that if you were on probation, parole, or bond when you committed this offense, then you could be in violation of that probation, parole, or bond? And this is from April the 2nd of 2024.
I do, Your Honor.
Were you on any of those?
Pardon me? No, I was not.
Okay. And then finally, if you're not a U.S. citizen, you could have immigration consequences. Are you a U.S. citizen?
I'm a national, Your Honor.
Okay. You've had an opportunity to speak to immigration or anybody about if there are immigration consequences?
No, and I don't believe there is any, which is the reason why I haven't had to speak to him.
Okay, so
Your Honor, Mr. Styron is a citizen.
Okay, thank you. All right. With respect to this charge, operating while without a license on your person, no apps on person, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Does anyone prompt you anything to get you to plead guilty other than what we placed on the record?
No, ma'am.
Anyone threatening you anyway?
No, ma'am.
On April the 2nd of 2024, were you operating a motor vehicle at the vicinity of Ford Russell Road here in Ypsilanti Township?
I was, Your Honor.
And at that time, did you not have a valid license on your person?
I did not.
All right, I find it's annoying and willing admission of guilt. Are you satisfied, Mr. Burnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yes, I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, I presume we want immediate sentencing. Anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing from the township.
Anything you want to say, Mr. Steiner?
Just thank you.
You're welcome. The defendant is sentenced to 100 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. Time served. 90 waived. You're all set, sir. The case is closed. You do have 19-00472. There's an outstanding balance of 310 at this point. That balance will remain intact, though, sir. So you get out and take care of that, okay?
Yes, as soon as I get out, I can arrange some type of payment plan and ideally get that taken care of speedily.
All right. I'll set it for a show cause for November 6th at 10 o'clock a.m. and see where you are, Mr. Styron, okay?
Thank you so much. You guys have a blessed day.
You're welcome. You too.
Thanks.
Well, I'm in Japanese prison, Lord. Japanese prison got me down.
And thanks for hanging out with us on Facts or Frauds. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, you're subscribed, and ring that bell for notifications, and leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think. And a huge thank you to all of our Facts or Frauds channel members. If you'd like to become a member, click on the link in the description, or click join right next to subscribe. And if you're still hanging out, thank you. I appreciate you all. Hit that thumbs up button, make sure you're subscribed, ring the bell, and leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Till next time, I'll see you soon.